Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to start the new chapter that is Sun as a Natural Resource. We all are familiar with the term sun and natural, right? Now, what do you mean by resource? Resource or resources? Anything that we get or that we use is known as resource. Anything that we use is known as resource. What is the meaning of that? For example, if we want to learn science, we will use science textbook and science classwork. So this science textbook and classwork acts as the resource. Now for writing, we will use pen, pencil, etc. So they will act as a resource for writing, right? So that is meant by resource. Anything that we use is known as resource. If we want to get more knowledge, we will read many books, we will attend many classes, we will check in the Wikipedia. So this Wikipedia, attending class or collecting information from your parents or teachers, then reading textbook or reading any books, all these acts as the resources. Now here the topic is sun as a natural resource. So natural resource means what? You can guess. Anything that we get from nature. Anything that we get from nature is known as natural resources. So can you think of some examples for these natural resources? Yes, as the heading says, the sun will act as one of the natural resource. Then plants will act as the natural resource. Animals will act as the natural resource. Now let us simply discuss how all these things are acting as natural resource. We know the sun, it gives us light and heat. So we are using this light and heat of sun. The sun is acting as a natural resource. What about plants? The plants gives us food. Not only food, it makes the air pure. That is, we are breathing oxygen, and this oxygen is provided by the plants. Then animals. This animals gives us milk, egg. Then it helps us in farming by plowing the land and all. So these were some of the natural resources, and in this chapter we will be focusing about the sun. So now let us discuss about the sun. Just now we discussed that the sun, it gives us light and heat. This light and heat is together called as solar energy. The word solar is related to sun. So the energy that we get from sun is known as solar energy. What do you mean by solar energy? The energy that we get from sun is known as solar energy. Now, what kind of energy we get through solar energy? Yes, they are light and heat energy we get from the sun, and this is known as solar energy. And you know that the sun is one among the many stars in the sky. But we are able to see the sun as the bigger one and all other stars as the smaller one. Now, do you know the reason? The sun is very nearest or closer to our planet. That is why we are able to see the sun as very big, and all other stars are far, far away from the earth, so that we are seeing them as the small ones. Since the sun is very closer to the earth, this star, that means the sun, is giving enough light and heat to our planet. Then we can see the sun. So this is the sun. From the sun, the sunlight is falling to almost all part of the world, and it is falling on everything. So here we are considering a plant. So it is falling on the plant. This for plants, it is already getting water from the soil. Then it is getting minerals also from the underground. Then sunlight is falling from up. So by utilizing this sunlight, water and minerals, the plants will make the food. The process of making food by the plants by utilizing the sunlight is known as photosynthesis. It is not only utilizing sunlight, it is also utilizing water, minerals and carbon dioxide from the air. Carbon dioxide. So by utilizing all these factors, these plants are making food, and this process is known as photosynthesis. And the word photo means light. And from where do plants get light? From the sun. So the process of making food by the plants in the presence of sunlight is known as photosynthesis. So during photosynthesis, what all things are absorbed by the plants? They are absorbing sunlight from the sun. They are absorbing carbon dioxide from the air, and they are absorbing water and minerals from the soil, and thus they are making food. So this is a very important usage of sunlight. Why? Because directly or indirectly, we all are dependent on plants for consuming the food, for getting fruits, for getting vegetables, for getting grains. We are depending on the plants. And other than that, these plants which is absorbing carbon dioxide, it will give out the oxygen, which is the pure form of air to breathe. It helps us in breathing, right? So this is one of the usage of the sun. Other than this, we know that these plants need sunlight for the proper growth, and seeds needs warmth to germinate. Then we need vitamin D. You might have heard of vitamin D. We will get this vitamin D from the sunlight. And what is the usage of this vitamin D? It will give us strong bones and teeth. Vitamin D will give us strong bones and teeth. And from where do we get vitamin D? We will get this vitamin D from the sun. Other than this, for drying the wet clothes, we will need or we use the sunlight. Then for making pickles, chips, puppet means in your language will be appalam. So for that we need sunlight. Then for getting salt from the seashore, we need sunlight, right? Then we use solar heaters for heating. Now what do you mean by solar heater? Solar heater means it's the heater which works by using solar energy. It uses the enough heat of the sun, and we will use solar heater. And solar cooker means it uses the solar energy for cooking food. So these were some uses of sun. So that is the reason that we are telling that sun is acting as a natural resource. Now we will see that how this sunlight is converting to solar energy. That one will be discussing in the next class. Till then, take care. Thank you.